Okay, for today we're going to be talking about performative. So first of all, what is performative? Performative means something is done for show rather than out of genuine intent. If something is performative, it's more about looking good to others than actually meaning it or making real change. Okay? And why am I talking about this? What is it actually? What's the example of this? An example of this might be somebody out there might post online about a tragedy out in the world, about XYZ, but then they don't actually genuinely care about it. They don't actually, in their heart, feel something about that certain topic. What they actually care about is getting the attention from whoever views that post, that story, video, whatever, and getting the reaction that people might think that they care about this to look like they're a good person. And as social media is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I feel like people are getting more performative nowadays. It's almost like everything is just a image, everything is just a performance as we keep going on with the world as it keeps evolving. People are not really themselves nowadays as much as they used to be. For example, like, who are you in your four walls when nobody is watching you compared to when you're outside? It's a performance, and to an extent, that is okay. I'm sure every single one of us is a weirdo in our four walls and nobody's watching us, right? To an extent, it's okay, but people might sometimes be really soft when they're home, but when they're outside, they have to put on a gangster image, for example. And that is performative because they're putting on a performance for the world to view them as such and such and such. Why do people post on social media so much? Why do people care about the attraction so much? I mean, as human beings, we love attention, don't we? We are social creatures. We are social mammals, humans, etc. And we love gaining traction, gaining attention from the next person. And as we have social media to alleviate that, it's gotten so much easier to get attention without having to even step outside, without having to even try. So people might go online on Snapchat, on Instagram, post a story about XYZ to look like they're decent human beings, but in reality, they really just don't care. And it's just a performance end of the day. To an extent, I understand it. Yes, I understand. I'm sure we've all done it. I've probably done it too myself as I was probably younger at the time. But as I have opened my eyes, I just cannot get with it anymore. Everything is far too performative, and I see through it so much more nowadays than I used to back then. And I struggle a lot to be part of a crowd of people that want to look good to the public, but I can't be part of that because that's not me, and I want to genuinely be a good human being. I'm not saying that I am. I'm not saying I am not. I'm just saying it's more about, I don't know, and I think I'm a very neutral human being. I know I'm yapping like crazy right now, but I would rather be a neutral human being that is selfish than be performative that helps people just to, just to get clicks and views online. Another example of this might be, you might see people that might go outside, give food to homeless people or money, etc., and use them, and then like create a sad sob story about it. Like, it's cool, the act that they're doing is giving homeless people food, etc., 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 but are they not making more money from these videos about these homeless people and then getting paid? They're using these homeless people for their own good. So to me, that is performative. Again, like I said, everything is a performance nowadays. And social media is just making it 10 times easier for us to perform. People are not how they used to be nowadays, and people want to look good and actually be good just for an image. Does that make you a bad person? Probably not. It's good that people might do a good deed here. People should really do things out of the goodness of their heart because that's the right way to do things. But then again, who am I to tell you what the right thing to do is? I'm a nobody on the internet just talking about a whole lot of nothing, right?